Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday's lesson. Today's lesson gathers the week together. Before the closing reading, let's draw the threads into one picture, for they tell a single story about sin in the church. We began by seeing how the corrupt culture of Corinth had crept inside the congregation, and that Paul confronts it not to condemn, but to restore. Monday showed that even serious moral scandal is met with discipline, whose goal is rehabilitation, that his spirit may be saved. Tuesday turned to lawsuits among believers and Paul's concern for the church's identity before a watching world, reminding us that sin is sin, whether scandalous or respectable. Wednesday gave the antidote to immorality, not mere willpower, but identity in Christ, washed, sanctified, and justified, joined to Him and indwelt by His Spirit as His temple. Purity, we learned, flows from knowing whose we are. And Thursday anchored the call to flee immorality in union with Christ, honoring God's design for marriage. One thread runs through it all. Holiness flows from belonging to Christ. Our further reading comes from Ellen White's chapter, A Message of Warning and Entreaty, in the Acts of the Apostles. She presses a sobering connection in the ancient world. Idolatrous festivals joined excessive eating and drinking to immorality, one appetite feeding another. It is impossible, she warns, to enjoy the blessing of sanctification while we remain selfish and indulgent. Yet her message is full of hope. When a person is fully emptied of self, when every false god is cast out, that empty space is filled by the inflowing of the Spirit of Christ, and the soul is purified from every defilement. We are not asked merely to suppress sin by willpower. We are invited to be emptied of self and filled with Christ. God is constantly seeking to lift us to His pure, heavenly standard, and His Spirit is always striving with us toward that end. So carry the week's discussion questions into the Sabbath. Why is the craving for cultural approval so dangerous to Christian identity, and how can we guard against it? Paul's repeated question, "Do you not know?" asked 7 times across these chapters, presses truths we already possess but too easily forget. What does our forgetting reveal? And in an age that calls marriage old-fashioned, how can we show the world it is truly a gift from God, given straight from Eden? So may this week leave us humbled and hopeful. Sin is serious, but grace is greater. The same Christ who calls us to holiness dwells within us to make it real. Well, that's our study for this week. Please visit your local Seventh-day Adventist church where you can study more. God bless you.